If I say that one more time, Kaiya's gonna kick my lily white tushin.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
Oof, I make the sexiest lesbian.
Action!
Hi guys, my name is Andy.
Kaiya.
And you guys might also know me as I almost said the voice of Antwon. Antwon's like a cartoon character. Who are you?
Antwon.
Who
I'm
do you play?
Cassidy.
She plays Cassidy. Are you sure?
No, I think it's the other
You
way
don't
around.
really look like Cassidy.
No.
Hi, I'm Andy. I play Cassidy.
Hi, I'm Kaiya. I play Antwon.
Do the voice.
Hi, I'm
No, do the Cassidy!
Cassidy!
I might have just lost my job.
Cassidy! My mother is crazy.
I don't get it.
Oh, I don't get it.
Kaiya, sometimes when I hand her the scripts, so like I'll go through like the process and I'm like, hey, do you want to do a read through, right? So I'll hand her the script and we're reading stuff and she'll literally be like, what the hell is she saying? And then I have to like...
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, she's like, this doesn't make any sense. And I literally have to break the script out and be like...
He's like, I know, that's the point.
Yeah, I'm like, she's really stupid. And Kaiya always hates it. She's like, okay.
Okay,
So-
guess I'll be dumb.
So about 2 weeks ago, Kaiya and I asked you guys to ask us anything. And today we've got, I think we narrowed it down to 8 questions.
Yep.
So we're gonna answer all 8 of these interesting questions.
Q&A.
Bam! Are you ready?
Yep.
So question 1.
You put them in your hat.
Of course I did. Were you not expecting that?
Question 1.
Question
Magic
1.
trick. Wait, no.
Stop. These are, people want to know these things, okay? Question 1 is from Christy from Colorado Springs. Hi Christy. Say hi to Christy. Kaiya. Oh, this is a question for Kaiya, and it says, what inspires you when bringing the character of Cassidy to life?
The only thing that really inspires me is drinking. That kind of brings my character to life because I can't really relate to her stupidity level. So sometimes I gotta get super drunk
It's so
to
true.
act dumb.
It is so true.
Because then I forget my lines and I'm like, wait, what is that? And I'm like, oh, that's funny. That's totally how her character is, so.
All right, are you ready for the next question?
Are you?
I am. All right, the next... I do parties too, by the way, children. No, just kidding. The next question is from Margaret Chang of the Lizzie McGuire movie. She asks, where does Antwon's voice come from? That's a really, really good question, Margaret.
Good question.
Because we're not Margaret Chang.
I'm not Margaret Chang.
So Antwon's voice is actually heavily inspired by men from the 1920s, how they talk really fast. But then if you were to mix it with like a gay game show host from like the 70s. So when my brother Adam asked me if I wanted to play his overly hyper flamboyant best friend, I told him I would do it, but I didn't want him to be the cliche gay that we've come to know in media. I didn't want him to have an overly lispy voice. I didn't want him to be too feminine. I wanted to like draw a line.
In between.
Yeah, I wanted him to have a characteristic that was really unique to who he was. Because a lot of times when you meet those like hyper feminine gay men out in the wild, I almost said, out in public, they do have those distinct qualities. They're not all the same type of femininity. And so I tried to like really build like where he could be super feminine, but then where he could draw those lines and be like, have his own principles, you know? And so I took a minute to create the voice, and then when we were filming one day, Adam was like, all right, I gave you 2 weeks. And I was like, shit. And somehow I came up with a voice like this. And he's very expressive. And sometimes I have to whisper when he's being really serious. And he has these...
And his eyes are always popping out of his head.
He has these facial mannerisms, and he's really dramatic. But it's because he's basically like the gay kid inside all of us. I don't know. And the next question comes from Leon from Aurora Avenue asks, what is your favorite episode? Of one
I think it was our last one that we did.
That's not... Oh, you mean episode 9?
Yes, episode 9. Because, I don't know, it was a really fun time filming the whole entire episode.
It was really... We were actually drinking.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Just the whole entire... I don't know, everything about it was just super funny. Everybody was super expressive and very dramatic, and it was just a really, really funny episode. I liked it. How about you?
Oof. I'm at a hard tie. Honestly, I want to pick the ones where I'm in Vegas because I got to film with my dad, and that I'll never forget that. And it was really funny to be in the car with him and to see my brother again and like put him in our show because I've only ever been in his show. So it was really fascinating. I think, honestly though, my favorite episode was probably the casting couch. Just because,
oh, of course,
just because Pat and I have known each other for a while, and like we're close, like, you know, like homies in real life. But like Pat is not, he's not gay, and so to film those parts where I was like crawling on top of him half naked,
like,
and I'm like I'm sorry. Is
this weird?
I'm sorry.
Is this too close?
Should I get a little closer? And Pat's just like, you're fine, dude, I'm an actor. And I'm just like, I'm really sorry. And then I kept messing with him. I was like, Pat, I secretly wrote this episode so we could be naked on top of each other. And he was just like, unfazed. I'm like,
he didn't care. Like, as soon as you told him about the episode, he was like,
for
the scene, he was like straight into his box.
I know! He was already naked because it was like 100 degrees in our house. It was so funny. Yeah. And then he flashed you. That was great.
Yep.
I might not keep that in the video.
I saw all them goodies.
The jangles. I saw from the back end, and let me tell you, good for you, boy. Good for you. You're gonna make, well, women don't really care for men's butts, but you're gonna make somebody happy. Oh, you got a quarter in your ear.
Wow, you magician, you. The same piece of paper.
I still do. I still do children's parties for extra.
Your mouth smells like onions.
Thanks. I had an onion sandwich for lunch. No, it doesn't. All right. Daryl from CBS News asks, who is your favorite guest character? Now, I'm assuming they don't mean like the actor portraying them, because you can't pick a favorite person, that's just mean. But your favorite guest character, it could be the way that they were written, the way that they were played. I think I already know your answer.
Well, it's a tie between Aaliyah and
Brooke's character, Shay.
Brooke's character, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's funny because Shay, in the episode, we don't know her name.
Yeah, we don't. Do we?
But on the script,
we don't talk about that.
Yeah,
in there.
but on the script, her name is Shay. Yeah. But in the episode, we don't say her name at all.
Yeah. We don't say doctor, nothing.
I was going to superimpose her name on a plaque by the front door, but I totally forgot to film that scene.
Yeah, but other than her, because she's so funny. Oh my gosh, she's so funny.
I wrote her to be so absolutely ridiculous, too.
It's just getting better and better. Mm-hmm. You guys got some problems.
You didn't know you were gay? If you didn't like woman. And then why Aaliyah's character? Oh, because you actually get to interact with her.
So Aaliyah, I really enjoyed her, just like, I guess personally as a human being as well. Like, her and I acting together that day was actually like a lot of fun, and she made me a lot more calm because I have really bad anxiety when it comes to filming.
Believe it or not.
Which is why I drink when I film.
Most of the time. You didn't in some scenes.
Yeah. Yeah. But Aaliyah's character really made me calm and collective, so I like her character.
Well, it was you met each other the day you shot was the day you met, so it was kind of like, you know, that makes sense.
And she's also super sweet, cute too. I just like her character too. She's a perfect lesbian for me. I'm
super torn. I'd never pick my brother's character from Perry from Single, because I hate his character. He's just so obnoxious. Because we're talking about like the character themselves. I really loved what everybody brought to the table for their characters. Like Craig playing my dad was so ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't get
bitchy, funny.
But yeah, no, so the camera died, by the way.
Yeah.
So no, Malaya's character was really funny because we didn't write a script.
That's when she was the chick that came here. I was like, and this is the shower.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. So the first, besides the second episode, And the third and fourth episode was kind of written mostly by Adam because I just was like, this is what I want. And he was like, all right, this is what I got. The first episode was not written. We wrote one scene.
And it was just completely random.
And then the rest of it was like, hey, this is what we're going to do.
This would be funny.
And then, yeah, believe it or not, it was really weird. And then the fifth episode was when we started kind of taking it seriously and I wrote little frame pieces. So when Malaya came over, I had like certain dialogue I wanted her to say, but I didn't write it down. And so it was so funny. I felt so bad for her because I never handed her a script. And that was the last episode that we shot off the top of our heads. Oh my God, I'm going to kill you with that freaking dinosaur. And I just liked how she's the only, like when you realistically think about all of the characters in this show and they're all super outrageous.
Yeah, they are very, yeah.
Her character's the only one that's not
That's
crazy.
just a bitch?
Yeah, she's not crazy. She's just a bitch.
You have to bleep that out.
No, you don't. We can swear. I gave up on that.
No, but yeah, she's not super crazy, goofy, or like nothing. Like, well, the only thing that's intense about her character is like how much she hates being here.
Yep. And you'll see more of these characters as I write the next season, but...
oh yeah, give it a thumbs up if you want season 2.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, Pat's character and Aaliyah's character, they were funny as a couple, but it's going to be really funny to see where they're going to go separately.
Yeah.
And then the Marie Malik, who played my mother...
I loved her.
She did it so much better than I thought. That honestly, I don't even know where to start with that because I only told her so much about Antwon's mom and a little bit about my character that she just took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, and props to her and props to you if you're watching this. Standing in our house in like 90-degree weather with no air conditioning that whole entire day, you guys filming, I felt so bad. I felt so bad for her.
Hot. I couldn't even. I kept apologizing. I was like, we're almost done. We're almost done. I swear, we're almost done. And then Brooke's character, Shay, I really went off the rails with her because I was like, what would be funnier than them going to like a counselor? But then that happened. Oh, and then... Timothy, Barnaby's character. You've never acted with him, Nick. The guy who like potentially may have given...
Oh, I loved him though. I met him.
Yeah,
I did meet him.
He is an artist.
He makes his own bow ties, which is awesome.
Yeah, he is an artist.
Yeah, he's an artist. He's a really cool dude.
He does really like risque, classy like nude art on Instagram, and he's like a really big part of like the local gay community. And I feel like I cracked a treasure trove with getting him.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, because I don't only just have him for Roomies. I could do other cool artistic stuff with him. And he's just so laid back and is willing to do whatever you ask him to do without even like questioning it. Like I was like, hey, your character's an asshole, and he may have given my character an STD and he doesn't care. And everybody else that I was offering the part to before I started to, I openly casted his character.
Yeah, and you picked him out of everybody.
Because nobody wanted to play his character, and I didn't want to throw the episode away because I wrote the script. And so I put an open casting call through my acting agency, and Timothy sent like the most amazing really self-tape. It was, and he gave me like the character a couple different ways. And
like 5 different ways.
Yeah.
And, like different like attitudes and like expressions. It was really cool.
Very professional. I was really proud.
I applaud you.
I guess that's like every guest character. I guess we should have rewrote the question to be explain it all. I'm a unicorn.
I'm sorry, I need to put that away.
Yes, you do. Okay. So the next question, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Hang on.
You heard.
All right, the next question.
I don't want to touch that. Don't hand. Ew!
I'm just kidding.
Go away.
All right,
Interview done.
Are you ready? Eric from Grindr asks, when will the final episode of season 1 premiere? We are still working on it. So
we've just been really busy.
We have been. We're so sorry, guys. We try to like schedule these things, but
our work schedules are completely different.
Kaiya's never home, and then I'm never home, and then when we are home,
I have family stuff.
We want to Netflix and chill just like you.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, that's why we're in our pajamas, and we're like, let's do this because
we actually thought about filming tonight, but we're like, let's do a Q&A instead.
We were tired. Don't judge us. On to the next question.
Next week probably, or like in 2 weeks it'll come out.
Oh my gosh, Kaiya, is that a question behind the viewer's ear? Oh my gosh, it was! Oh, how did you do that? They're magic too. Cringe? Okay.
Oh
So
goodness.
Dimitri.jpeg Wilson from the yearbook asks, what was the funniest moment on the set?
That's a hard one.
Oof. I know, every moment is funny.
That's a hard one, because if you guys have noticed, like
From the bloopers, because they're like 20 minutes long.
Yeah, all of our episodes, our bloopers are longer than the episodes. So like, I can't really pick the funniest moment. I think, dang.
Ooh, this
I
one's
can't.
a good one. This one's a good one.
I can't think.
We're
There's
gonna have
just
to
so
come
many.
back to this question.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to.
I think one of my favorite things was when I told Kaiya in the first episode we were gonna be hiding. And,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, grab the mask and throw a blanket over yourself and just stand there awkwardly because she's really tall. And I was like, just kind of crink yourself to the side. And I like couldn't look at her because I knew if I looked up at her, like standing there with the mask, like kind of hovered to the side, I would have lost it. And then she makes it worse because she actually starts to hiccup. Those hiccups in the first episode are real. And I didn't know how to react because that wasn't the line and we were supposed to cut right then and there. But then she started hiccuping and I was like, go with it. And so that moment was completely off the grid.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I was like, quit hiccuping!
It was funny.
You're gonna get us killed or whatever.
That was a good one.
That was so funny. I'll never forget that. It's still probably one of my favorite moments when I rewatch it. Just you like clunk and then you hobble over there with the mask. And I'm like, stop hiccuping!
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I think I also think.
She thinks. It's Cassidy, guys.
I don't know. Like I said, there's just so many funny things. I think one of my favorite moments is when me and Aaliyah were in my room and we were filming and talking about my rocks in my room.
Because those are real. We didn't buy them for this episode.
Because like I think we filmed in there to talk about rocks for at least 20 minutes. Because the way that Aaliyah was talking about it, picking up the rock, she's like, wow, these are just so beautiful. Like, I think these rocks are so spiritual. I just like couldn't stop laughing because she's not into rocks and I am, and like she was just like
she was making
she
shit
was just
up.
like, wow, and she like couldn't look
and then the box of wax that was actually candles.
Yeah, the wax, yeah.
Like you could tell they were a box of candles.
She's like, Kaiya, or not Kaiya, Cassie, I need you to give me a wax. Like for some reason.
And then she'd raise the box. I'd be like, cut. We can see it's candles. And she'd be like, crap. And then and then so they had to redo the scene so many times that when they finished, they'd look at me, and then I'd be like, stop doing that because you're looking at the
We'd
camera.
be like, did we do good?
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so ridiculous. That was funny. All right, next question.
Whoa, it fell from the sky.
Airmail, guys. Tiana Jones from Kaiya's family asks...
It's my sister.
Oh my god, hi. She asks, what is the funniest thing your character has said? Oh my god, you know what mine is.
No.
Curse these feet! Why couldn't I have been born with the feet of a Chinese woman?
Oh my goodness.
It was a line that came off the top of my head, and I'm yelling it at a local park where there's kids, and I'm just like, this is terrible. I look so racist. And I even asked people, like, when I was editing it, I asked like 5 or 6 people, I was like, does this come across like insensitive or racist? Because I really felt bad adding that line, but it's still probably the favorite of all the things my character said.
I can't think of any for me. Every single thing that I say as my character, like my lines are so dumb that I don't like any of them.
I think.
And they're all so stupid that like they're funny, but I really don't think that they're funny because I think they're just so dumb. I'm like, no.
I think when your character calls the immigration services.
Oh, that's a good one.
And she goes, there wasn't an option for English. I love that one. Or, look what Kylie Jenner said about my thighs.
Oh, yeah.
I like that one.
Look what Kylie Jenner said about my thighs.
Or the vagina from the first episode.
Vagina?
With the password for the garage.
Oh. What's the passcode to get in the garage? Vagina. No, screw that. We're gonna call it sex. Better yet,
Man sex. Oh my god, no. My favorite thing your character ever did, and I almost couldn't get through filming it, was when you had the book upside down, and I go, Cassidy, your book's upside down. And you're like, this whole time I thought it was Spanish.
What? I thought it was in Spanish this whole time.
And what's funny is she doesn't even know Spanish.
Yeah. I don't.
All right, the final question.
Really? Okay.
Hey, I did every fabulous thing. I can't come up with any other ideas, okay? That guy that sits behind you in math class asks, what is your least favorite thing about your character?
How annoying she can be. Or just dumb. And I mean, I keep saying that, but that's really, I just hate, I mean, Andrew's the one that created my character. I actually didn't create my own character. And that's the only thing that really bothers me the most about it is like, I wish I created my own character because that's why it also makes it hard for me to get into that character because that's not who I thought that, or what I thought that I would create. So I kind of hate how dumb she is because also like people used to make fun of me in school and like I always thought that I was dumb like growing up and stuff like that. So now like pretending to be a dumb character kind of bothers me. So that's like one thing, but.
Can I tell you a secret?
What?
That's why I made her dumb.
Because I'm not?
And that's why I made Antwon really feminine is because growing up, I always used to fear my own feminine qualities and sometimes I'd get picked on for being feminine because I have those moments of femininity. And I think taking the time to put ourselves into that perspective and be those parts of us that aren't so bright or aren't so masculine remind us that we're not like that and we don't have to be defined by any one quality, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, in truth, Antwon's really stupid too. He just thinks he's smart. That's the difference. Is Cassidy doesn't try to be smart. She's just kind of an airhead. And then Antwon thinks he's really smart, but in reality, he's not that bright. I don't think any of the characters in the show are smart.
True. Yeah.
I think everybody's kind of on their own spectrum. What are you talking about?
Did you enjoy writing this season? Was it difficult? Was it frustrating? Or was it like just all around fun?
It came naturally, but whenever something like comedy comes naturally for me, it makes me worry that I'm doing it wrong. Because I don't write comedy. Like if you know from like my music and my artwork, it's really moody and expressive.
And serious.
Yeah, and
especially
like it has
your, like books too. Your books are really
it has a point, yeah. And like it was fun because I got to do something that doesn't really require a whole lot of like detail. And it's just really silly and stupid and it makes people laugh. But then the pressure's kind of on to make people laugh. And I'd have like Ali kind of looming over me constantly being like, it's not that funny. This is really hokey or it's really cheesy. And then I'd have other people's expectations. But I mean, luckily everybody kind of likes it.
People likes what they like.
People like
what they like.
People like what they like. Has it been a strange process for you to go from like never have really acted in anything to like now being comfortable doing it?
Totally. I mean, I still struggle and you know that and you see it and I'm sure everybody else sees it in some of like the episodes that I film in, like
it's just the long lines.
Get like, yeah, the long lines get me. And that sounds so stupid, but honestly, when it comes to acting,
give her all the long lines.
Yeah. When it comes to acting, it's actually really hard to remember like 6 lines and one of them or 2 of them being long like sentences and like when drinking's involved to get into my character, it's like, okay. And then like also it gives me anxiety just being in front of the camera in general and like knowing that people are going to see it online, you know? So it's like, I don't know, it was a fun experience.
It was really fun.
But like if you watch how I started acting in the first episode to like now, acting has definitely, I feel like, gotten a lot better than.
And your character's become.
And my character, I've become way more my character.
Yeah, and a lot of people's perspective has changed from like the beginning of the show. Like everybody's always like, "Oh my God, Antwon's amazing," and it's gone to like, Antwon's kind of a dick, and everybody likes your character more. Like that's the overall perception that I've gotten from everybody.
Yeah, I remember when your brother like
The last 3 episodes. He's like, I'm sorry, she's still my favorite.
Yeah, his brother, when your brother texted you or called you or whatever and told you that my acting was like phenomenal and
believable, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, he's like, was she sober? And I'm like, actually she was. And he's like, I can tell. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, just for you guys, I really don't drink that much. Okay.
Until he started, I pull the camera out and she's like, crap. pulls an imaginary bottle out of nowhere that's like huge. I'm like, where'd you get that? She's like, I was saving it for this moment. I'm turning her into an alcoholic. It's fine.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, all in all, it's been a fun experience.
It's been fun. It's been a fun year. Yeah. We're roomies in real life, so
yeah.
I think we get along a hell of a lot better than Antwon and Cassidy. Because unlike our characters, unlike my character.
Well, we actually don't hate each other.
Yeah.
And we actually never dated in real life. And it's funny, everywhere we go together, everyone thinks that we're dating.
Or we're brother and sister. It's either we're related or we're fucking. I don't know. Either way, it's confusing. But no, we get along a lot better. It's because we actually listen to each other and we actually like talk. And you don't really see that with Antwon and Cassidy. Each episode they're propelled into some sort of like
they're always bickering
selfish
at each other.
mission and they don't really listen to each other. Cassidy listens to Antwon because in her mind I think she thinks he's kind of the ringleader. And then at some point in the show, that rubber band snaps, and she's like, "I'm done listening to you because I'm starting to feel neglected."
Yeah.
But they both come from like similar
Antwon's
backgrounds.
selfish. He turns into
super
a super selfish person.
He's very self-entitled. He thinks that people owe him things. He thinks that he deserves things because he's who he is, or he thinks he's fantastic when really he's kind of boring. And then Cassidy just like.
I'm doing my thing.
She's really easygoing.
And I want you to listen to me when I'm having like problems in my life, and you're just like not about it.
And that's
you break my heart. And you break my heart 2 times.
Yeah, and
not just once from breaking up with me, but the second time
for not listening
to me and being a friend.
For you,
yeah.
And it's funny because they come from very similar backgrounds. Like they both lost parents, and they both ended up having to kind of be shift around, being treated like they, nobody cared for them. But it really goes to show like where they are now in their lives, who they are. Because like Cassidy, not being the brightest of birds, hasn't really taken it to heart and is just kind of shoveled along and she's doing her own thing. And then there's Antwon who, instead of not taking everything to heart and moving past it, he kind of buries everything and he bottles everything up. Which is why he's such a spritzy, sporadic person. And Cassie's able to just kind of like let it go, In a way.
Not really.
Well, until the end.
Well,
until Antwon starts.
Yeah.
And then there's Rufus who just, I don't know, either wants to eat us out of house and home.
I'm so sad we stopped putting him in there because I really enjoyed Rufus's character.
So here's the truth. Ali likes to write his own parts, and when we are on a specific stringent filming schedule,
and it's not on his time.
When I write in his part, he likes to look over it and like do a final draft. And I'm okay with that because Ali's humor is really random, but it tends to like pull people out of the scenario, which is like really good for a comedy series because then you're not like in it all the time, which is why Rufus breaks the fourth wall constantly. But when I hand him the final draft sometimes and I tell him, hey, you have till Thursday, we're filming at 5, and I have everything scheduled because I have to have things kind of out in a timely order in order to have the series going. He comes back and he's like, no, I'm actually doing this today and I'm not able to make it, and so I have to rewrite. And I cut him out. And so what I've been doing is writing his part less and less and less.
That's why you guys don't see him anymore in like the last 3 episodes.
Yeah, and he's going to be in the final episode, but he literally doesn't have a big part. I don't want to ruin it. It's funny. It's really funny. But he's going to be more in season 2.
Very dramatic too.
He'll be more in season 2 because Ollie's actually co-writing it with me. So it's going to be really funny. And we're going to write all the episodes out before we start filming. And we don't start filming until January. And then we should have the second season out around the same time the first season came out, which is like May. Which was our original plan with this one, but we became really busy. But yeah, we just got really serious.
Yeah, we did.
Let's laugh a little.
We got super serious. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah. Anyway, if you have any other questions, That was like perfect timing. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us and let us know what you're curious about the show. I feel like we opened up about a lot of like backdoor things, and
now you guys got a little insight on
how it works.
Yeah.
And I edit the show completely. So
I don't do shit.
It's been season 2 will have a completely different soundtrack or score. It'll sound completely different. I wanted that for the second season, but I'll talk about that later because it's not really worth filling up this video.
Yep.
But that's the entire process. We really hope that you enjoy. I know that this video is probably a lot longer than we intended it to be because it was only 8 questions.
Yep.
But that's what happens when you put us in a room together. We do. Earlier, I punched you in the face.
You punched me in the face with this.
It was so stupid.
It didn't even make that.
And she goes, "Ow!" and I couldn't help but laugh. I felt like the biggest dick.
It didn't even make that noise. It was literally so hard. He hit me in the face so hard with it. It was just like without that noise. It was like, it was horrible.
Anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and like and comment and subscribe and all that jazz.
Do it.
We might do another one of these between season 1 and season 2. I don't know.
If we get enough questions.
Yeah. And we've got a couple other ideas for funny, stupid stuff that we've